I knew you'd come. So you'd like to be read? Very well. I can see your future. With me! Sparkle, baby, sparkle.
Drag queen Violet Chachki has been on a career roll after winning season 7 of RuPaul's Drag Race. Now the burlesque and drag artist is bringing her first solo show to Tel Aviv. And joining us live are Israeli drag queens Isha and Joanna. Russ, hello and welcome.
Hello. Thank you so much.
This is all very exciting, and you know, you're looking at her travel schedule. She's going to Asia, to Australia, nowhere in this region. So I imagine you guys had a big part, you ladies have had a big part in bringing her here.
Yeah, I talked with her agents and asked her, I really liked her show, the one-woman show that she made in Europe, and I asked her to do it here, and they agreed and wanted.
How beautiful is that when things happen just so naturally? What is it about her that you know, sets her apart from the others that have taken part in RuPaul's show?
I think she really takes drag to a very specific and kind of unique place, whether it's burlesque, whether it's fashion shows, whether it's like taking herself and creating her own kind of gender in a world that is sometimes similar.
Right. And you two met, ironically, you were saying before, you met in the Israeli army?
Yeah.
How destined is this? So did you meet and knew that this was, you had a bright future together?
It's crazy. When we met, we had no idea where we were going to do drag. We were just two soldiers, like 3 years, did a lot of shenanigans. And then somehow after the army, she actually introduced me to drag and to RuPaul's Drag Race. And then I was inspired by her to start doing drag myself.
And tell us about the scene and about Cross, which you guys are a trio, correct?
Yes.
I keep saying you guys, you know it's just vernacular. I hope you're not taking this the wrong way, it just comes out. But explain Cross and where you're able to perform and the type of following and culture here in Israel.
We actually have our own show once a month in Tel Aviv, in the Baskula, it's called. We like to put on a big show, have a lot of guests. And that's once a month, and once in 2 months we also have different events, like a show for beginners and like a big party with a ball. And in addition to that, we like to perform in other drag evenings here in Israel and Tel Aviv. Drag is really in a rise, if you can say,
taking
right
off.
now.
I mean, really,
yeah.
Tel Aviv, explain. I mean, for you to be able to live here, why is Tel Aviv really making impact on a world stage as far as the drag community in general?
It's a good question. I don't know. I think we have a lot of really, really talented and willing people that want to work together and have as much as diversity and uniqueness as possible. So I think that's kind of unique for this scene.
And what's unique to each of your particular styles or performances?
We're both fat.
No, you're not. Would you stop?
Excuse me, being fat is amazing.
There you go. Come on, the curves are good.
Yeah, actually, Violet Chachki is known for her like thin and corseted aesthetics, and the show on Thursday, most of the performers that will come before her are actually not skinny. So we really like to put on the stage people who are like with a different body than what you would expect.
Very, very smart and progressive, right? This is, you know, even in the modeling world now, we're seeing a change. So that's great. And as far as your particular skills, you each do kind of a different part of the show, because I know there's a lot of, you know, it's not, you do a lot of work. It's a workout.
Yeah. I think both of us really like to MC, really like to tell jokes, tell funny stories about ourselves, about our lives. It's a main thing that we do. We also really like to perform, do lip syncs, mainly about from culture, from pop culture, and some really weird and nasty songs.
That you can't say on television.
Maybe.
I think Isha is known for her like aesthetic and makeup and looks. She's very tight. She's very, whenever she puts on a performance, it's tight and it's amazing. And she's very funny. I love listening to her MC. She's amazing.
And Joanna has nice lips.
How long
They're
does
natural.
it take? How long? Exactly. You don't need. How long does it take to actually put your makeup on in the morning?
At least 2-3 hours. Depends on the event or the show or how much you want to sleep before that.
And you do it all yourself?
Yes. I think it's the most fun thing about drag that you can do. Well, you can never do drag alone. You really need friends and people that like you to help you do things. But as drag queens, we create our own costumes. We create our own hair, makeup, songs we choose. We do our own dances. It's like a lot of one-person act supported by a lot of friends.
Actually, my hair is done by the third gal that is not here. Her name is Miss Plastico.
Miss Plastico. And then when you guys are not performing, what is your daily life like?
Ooh.
When you're not having to spend 3 hours getting up at 5 in the morning to do your makeup like today?
I'm a data analyst for a fraud solution company called Riskified. We prevent online fraud in e-commerce merchants.
Wow, that's a serious job.
Yes, and I'm a serious person.
And you're a serious person. And you?
Serious. I work like in a pharmacy, and I started being a graphic designer now. I do all of the graphic design for our show and all of that. It's very satisfying. I got to work with Tel Aviv
City Hall.
City Hall.
With the Tel Aviv City Hall now.
Fantastic. And thank you both for coming in. It was really a pleasure, and have fun at the show. Congratulations on landing such a international celebrity here in Israel.
Yes.
Thank you so much.